Hello folks and welcome to this episode of the Pot Spoon Kitchen. In today's recipe we are making super soft brown butter cinnamon rolls that is not too sweet, has the perfect texture and melts in your mouth every time. Not only melt in your mouth every time, but once you try this recipe you are going to get the perfect texture every single time. This recipe gives you the perfect layers, the perfect balance of sugar to cinnamon, and gives you a fluffiness that is so satisfying. To begin making our brown butter cinnamon buns, we're going to add 300 grams of unsalted butter to a pot, and we're going to brown the butter. We're going to melt the butter and allow the milk particles in the butter to become toasted, and that's how you get a nice brown color and a nice toasted aroma. The brown butter gives a nice caramel toasted aroma to the cinnamon buns, but we are melting all of it at once so that it gets to cool as we are working. Once the bubbles begin to slow down, it's going to start turning brown, and that's when you're going to get that toasted aroma. As you can see, the milk particles at the bottom is beginning to turn brown. We are not turning it black, we are turning it brown. And it's going to start frothing up a lot. We now have brown butter. So we're going to turn this off and allow it to cool down. Our brown butter has cooled down, and we're going to start off by adding our milk to a bowl. And the milk is lukewarm because we're going to wake up the yeast. Just a little bit of our sugar, 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. We're going to let this sit and wake up the yeast for 5 minutes. As you have seen, our yeast has just come alive. I'm adding 3 teaspoons of vanilla, the rest of the sugar, 2 eggs. The eggs is optional, so you can leave the eggs out if you do not consume eggs. And we're just going to break up the eggs in the liquid. Since adding the butter into the freezer, it became a nice texture, and this is the texture that you want when you're putting the filling together. Don't want to waste any of this good flavor. We're going to add 3 cups of flour, and the last thing we're going to add is salt. This is the method that I always use. I mix it until it becomes tacky, and then we're going to turn it off on the countertop, and we're going to knead it with our hands for 8 minutes. A nice smooth ball like this. We're going to roll it into a ball, and we're going to place it into our bowl. Cover it with a plastic wrap and let it rest until it has doubled in size, which should take around 45 minutes. We are going to make our filling now, and we're going to go in with some light brown sugar, 2.5 tablespoons of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and we have our brown butter that I actually firmed up again, and I love using it like this instead of having it very runny. And we're going to mix this together until it's nice and smooth. For a really nice balance, I like to give it a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix it And right here we have our filling. Our dough has risen nicely. It has definitely doubled in size. And we're going to turn this off onto our counter. Like dust. And we're going to roll this out into a rectangle. We have our beautiful dough ready, and we're going to distribute our filling. We're going to spread it out until it covers the entire surface. And we're going to leave about 1 inch for the end. The surface is nicely covered, and we're going to begin rolling it up. Give it a nice tight roll. Try to roll it as tight as you can. It's very soft and delicate. We're going to cut these about 2.5 to 3 inches. You have the option of cutting off the ends for a beautiful presentation, or you can just bake them upside down in your pan, but I prefer to just cut them off entirely. If you wish, you can cut them much bigger than this. You can cut them about 3 inches and they will be much larger cinnamon buns, but this size is good enough for me. And we have some beautiful layers of brown butter and sugar in here, and we're going to add these to our baking dish. Our cinnamon rolls have been cut and we have placed them in a dish. And what you want to do is to pour a little bit of cream. You could use carnation milk as well at the bottom, even a rum. This is going to add more flavor and create steam. And I will leave the full amounts in the description box. We're going to leave these to rise for about 30 minutes in the cream, and once they have risen, we are going to place them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes. Then we are going to bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until they are nice and golden brown. While the cinnamon rolls are in the oven, we're going to make a nice icing to top it off, but you can totally omit the icing if you don't like icing. So we have a block of cream cheese, half cup of icing sugar, 1 teaspoon of dark vanilla, and we're putting just about 2 tablespoons of the brown butter in here. We're going to use a mixer and we're going to give it a nice mix. And just as easy as 1, 2, 3, we have our nice icing. After 30 minutes, this is what our buns look like. These are done, and while they are still warm, we're going to scoop our icing all over them so that everything gets a good melt. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. Please consider subscribing. Help me to grow my YouTube channel by sharing. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Give the video a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section and let me know which country you are watching from. Thank you for joining. I encourage you to watch some more of my recipe videos. See you in the next recipe.